Hey guys, Sonyx here. I hope you're currently having an amazing day. So today we're going to do a complete Catalyst guide on how to master every single one of her abilities. So Catalyst is a controller legend, meaning she has specific abilities that help her control the battlefield. Her first ability is accessing ring consoles that she can scan, which reveals the next circle's location. Now this also helps her and her team gain Evo Shield points, which can mean the difference between leveling up your Evo Shield. So please scan those ring consoles. The second ability is Zone Overcharge. So all controller legends just got this in Season 22, which basically means that you gain 25 extra shield capacity while inside the current safe zone. So if you're within the ring, you gain an extra 25 HP. So let's say you're at purple, you're automatically at red already. So her first passive ability is Barricade, meaning that you can reinforce doors, strengthen them, and lock enemies behind or in front of the doors. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So you have doors like this, right? It takes 2 kicks to kick this door down, right? But if you have a Catalyst door and you reinforce it, it takes 4 kicks to kick that down. So it makes these doors much more durable, okay? Not only that, but you can actually reinforce this door as soon as it's broken. Let me show you. You reinforce that door, and then you can also reinforce another door, but you can't reinforce 3 doors. See, if I reinforce that door, this one goes away. So you can only reinforce 2 doors maximum, okay? Now it takes 2 kicks to kick this door down. It's not showing because it's a friendly door, but I can break it by just pressing this button. And it takes about 3 seconds for me to rebuild that door again once it's broken. So let's say an enemy breaks this door by kicking it down. You wait 3 seconds, and then you could just rebuild that door all over again. Now, a neat little tip with her doors is that you have the option to break the doors, right? Like I said, you can't kick your own doors down, right? So what you could do is, you see this button where you can, break doors down? What you could do is that, let's say there's an enemy hiding behind there, right? You're already ready to fry this guy. So you can literally just break the door and then fry him already. Bam. You see how fast that was? This is an OP ability because you kind of take the fight to your hands whenever you want to start frying. Bam, you're free. You're free to go. And you start firing and then you control the fight. Now, another way is that you could use these doors to kind of split up your fights, heal. So let's say you're being chased. You can immediately close that door off, pop a cell. Let's say they're kicking it down. By the time that they're done, you're ready to go back in and start frying this guy.
Recharging shields.
Now, another thing is that even if you don't, let's say you don't have time to heal, right? And you just need to get back into that fight. So you're being chased, you close that door down, they're immediately gonna start fighting your teammate instead, and you just pop back in. Because they're not gonna be focused on kicking that door down if your teammates are shooting at them. So it can buy you just that split second you need to go in, go out.
I love this part.
But Sonic, there's 3 doors. How can I close all 3? And when I can't, I can only close 2, right? So if you close this one, you close this one's open, right? Well, you do have your tactical. I'll talk about that in a second, where you could throw that down. That's first option. Another option is if you have teammates, you're focused on the door that isn't, really being watched, like that one. Another option is that you can actually, take a building that only has 1. So now you only have 1 angle of entry, and now you basically limit the amount of, angles that they can come from. Obviously, there's windows here. I'm talking about buildings that doesn't have windows. Try to limit as many doors that you can be pushed from, okay? So that way you can maximize the amount of times you can use your passive ability. So speaking of her tactical, these are called piercing spikes, which throws out a patch of ferrofluid which turns into spikes when enemies are near. So these slow and kind of disorient enemies, and it does damage to them too. Now, this is really informative. This does 15 damage per second, and this little orb in the middle basically has 300 HP. That's a lot of freaking HP, okay? So make sure you break these anytime you see you're fighting an enemy catalyst, because these things can hurt you really bad. So for example, you see that guy? I'm gonna throw another one. And literally it slows them down pretty much like a caustic barrel, and it just keeps damaging them. Look at that. And it stays there. It doesn't like disappear. It literally keeps damaging until that guy dies. You see his health? You know, this thing is really, really strong. See that? And then bam, they're like one shot by the time they head over to you. Okay, back to this house, right? Now that we have the understanding of those piercing spikes, we could close this door down, close this door down. We could throw one right here, right? And then there's an open window right here. Bam. You can only place 2 down at the same time. So once you throw a third one, this one will disappear. It's pretty similar to the way the doors work, okay? There is going to be an ability later that I can talk about where you could throw 3, but we'll cross the bridge when we get there. So in this case, I want to show you a tip. Whenever you place these spikes down, make sure that they can't shoot this middle part. Once enemies have access to this little middle part that's glowing, if they shoot this down, this whole thing disappears. This whole thing breaks. They can shoot all this if they want. It's not going to do anything. If they step on it, this is going to start damaging them. If they have access to shoot this, that's when this whole piercing spikes gets destroyed. So that's why you want to place it at a door like this, so that way enemies don't have the ability to shoot it down. In fact, if you have like these, enemies won't be able to open the door at all, because you know they can't open a passive catalyst passive door. So now they're stuck with having to kick this down 4 times, and they're getting damaged with these piercing spikes. Now, a lot of players in this game are really, really thirsty, and they just see red. So by seeing red, I mean like they're just focused on the enemy at hand. They're not focused on all the little stuff that's going on. So what you can do is that if you're fighting someone and you have a spike right here, you can just kind of bait, keep the door open a little bit, close it, and just keep fighting this guy. And this guy's just gonna look at you, and little does he know he's taking 15 damage and over time, and he's getting slowed down, and before you know it, you actually knock him with your spikes. Now let me show you guys something cool, right? You throw these down and you have this little section here. Like I said, if the enemies shoot, this whole thing can break, right? Now, if you hide behind it, you can kind of use this as like a tactic where it's like smoke or like guerrilla warfare, where the enemies don't really know where you are, right? Because if you're from this angle, it's kind of hard to see because this whole thing is like moving up. And especially if you have like a good skin that can blend into this, bam, you are almost invisible. And the really cool thing about this is that when enemies shoot at this, they're not shooting at you. You can actually use this as kind of like cover, like Rampart's wall. They're gonna be shooting at this middle part, and they're damaging this. They're not damaging you. So a lot of the times, enemies are gonna try to shoot around it, or they're gonna do all this extra stuff, which just buys you time, and you just bam, dink, 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 while they're making all those decisions, and bam, you've won that fight.
Standing by me.
I'll do you one better, right? Let's say there's an enemy catalyst, right? And he throws his little goo thing. Okay? You can hide behind his goo, because the enemies are probably gonna be like, oh, okay, it's just this is our friendly goo right here. What you can literally hide behind it because you're not gonna get damaged, right? And then as soon as an enemy walks by, fry. Let me circle back around at this specific point, because I wanted to show you how important this is. You have this tack down, people are actually going to go around and wait until they have a perfect angle and shoot you. Let me show you guys some clips of exactly what I'm talking about. Now here's something else that's really cool, right? You're getting shot at, you're one shot, whatever. You go in this building, you trap it up, and then you start healing, right?
Using a Phoenix kit.
Now you could actually start preparing your building for that fight while healing. You can throw your tactical down while healing. Look at this. Bam, bam, bam. By the time you're done, reinforce this, you're ready to go. You've done all the prepare work that you need to get into that fight. And similar to the way that you're able to heal while, you know, using your tactical, you can also shoot. So literally another trick you can do is mid-fight, you just start throwing these at them. Bam. They'll start slowing down. They can't move. That guy's trapped in that corner. Okay, so that's another really cool trick with her tactical. Now, did you guys ever play Call of Duty when you could put like the sentry guns down and you could kind of place one behind you. Let's say if you're trying to watching this corner, the sentry gun will watch behind you. Now in this game, her tactical kind of serves as a sentry gun because it eliminates the need for people swinging at you. So let's say that there's a guy here, right? Or you're watching this angle. Now this angle is completely safe now because enemies will have to either break this or they'll have to walk through it, and you'll be able to hear that notification, or you'll also get damage markers. So by the time that they start getting damaged or they start breaking it, you can go back here and start frying them. So it limits the angles that you can be flanked from. So it area denial is really, really strong with Catalyst.
Charging shields.
Charging on my feet.
But in a similar way, Catalyst is really, really good at information too. Similar to the way that scanner legends like Bloodhound Seer or any controller legends as well can do this. So let me show you an example. You try to secure this building, right? This is area number 1. Let's say this is area number 2. You've already, 1v3'd, you've fought this enemy, you've won that fight, whatever you need to do, and you've won this area completely. What you can do is that you can leave your traps here, or whatever, leave your traps open, and you move on to the next area, okay? And then as you're walking up to this new area, your back is kind of safe, because if there's anyone that walks through that building, for example, you have a notification that pings when enemies are breaking or walking into it. So it kind of alerts you. It has like a recon capability where you know, okay, there's a team behind us, they're breaking my traps. So then you could go back with your team and you immediately know you have the upper hand because that team doesn't realize where you are, but you know where they are. I'm burning one right here. Fight. Now I saved this part for last because this is literally my favorite part of her tactical. You can actually 1v3 with ease with her tactical. So let's say that there's multiple enemies in here, right? Instead of them being able to push out to you, you block that door right away with like 2 tactical. They can't push. They literally cannot push. And now you're the one that has ability to keep peaking damage, and you walk in there whenever you want and finish up the kill. And you can start splitting up your 1v3s like that. Another way is that, let's just say they're right on you, right? Find yourself like a little section, like cross section like this, like a little pillar like this. What you can do is you just start throwing your tacticals in little areas, like little ridges like this, and just start walking around. Start walking around. But you can walk around freely, they can't. All these people are getting slowed down and getting ticked, so they're like, oh, they're getting frazzled, they're getting bamboozled, and you're now just frying them. 1v3s become ease with Catalyst. Need help? Oh my god! Oh. Now her ultimate is Dark Veil, which raises a permeable wall of ferrofluid, and enemies who walk through it will be slowed down 15% and partially blinded for a brief time, which is 7 seconds. So let me show you guys exactly how this looks. It's about 40 meters long, and it's 8 meters tall. So see how long this is? This is pretty long, okay? You can pop in and out, you and your team. Enemies cannot. I mean, they can, but they'll be blinded and slowed down. So it's really risky for enemies to walk through because that's a free beam for you. You see the way he's like that, and it also kind of marks them in that way. He's blinded and he's slowed down too. Now last thing, this lasts about 15 seconds. So this buys you just enough time to kind of go out here if you're getting shot at and rotate out. And this, by the time you're here, look, the wall is going to start going down and you're good to go. Now Sonyx, how do we really use this wall effectively? Well, you can use this wall to rotate. That's the main thing that it's really meant for. You can use this to kind of rotate out of bad situations. Let's say that there's a team here and they're looking at you, right? You have scanner legends like Seer, Bloodhound, Crypto, whatever, and you have snipers like Vantage. Everyone's, you know, camped out here. You can have a nice safe rotation now by having this wall out. It also takes 2.5 minutes for you to get this again after you use it, but you can have a nice safe rotation because guess what? Enemy scans and everything like that will not work through this wall. You can just swing over here and now you're safe. Bullets will go through, but any other scanning abilities cannot go through. And now you've rotated out of that safely.
Well, it seems we have an enemy nearby.
Okay, breather.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3. Progress.
We're all outside the ring.
Oh no, level 3 ring, bro. Level 3 ring.
I have wall here.
You have wall on the right, watch out.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Perfect wall. Good wall. Really good
you
wall.
can get up, you can take the line up.
Yeah. Now don't be afraid to use the wall even if it's a short distance, because a lot of the time people think, oh, I need to use the wall, save it until like later, until I need to do the 40 maximum. No, you really don't need to. Let's say like just all of a sudden there's people out of this building, because you never know, right? With Apex, no audio, they start frying you and you're right here in this corner. Bam, you just pop your wall, throw that down, use it to kind of distract them, and bam, start healing over here. Like it almost serves as like an emergency escape as soon as you need it. Like an emergency cover, emergency escape.
Amping you up.
Here, use that.
Hold on. So smart, Sonic, you're so smart.
Game over, bro. Nice.
Now, I like to think of Catalyst as a way to kind of control every single angle you possibly can. So with a door, obviously you have your passive. With a window, you can trap this up like this.
Through the mundane.
But with her ultimate, let me show you guys something crazy, right? This is a little too wide for some of these, and you can't use your passive, right? You can use your wall. Like this. I know, it's weird, because you wouldn't, you know, why would you use it short? You've just created a 15-second hold for your team to reset, to back up, to heal, whatever the case may be, and you could pop in and out if you really need to, and bam, you're good to go. You can even throw some of this in there if you wanted to. And that little wall, you temporarily blocked out this angle right here for enemies to come through.
I'm down.
Preservation. Focusing on me.
Half the teams are down.
Form from us.
Recharging my shields.
My shields need a bit more power. Pierce their hearts. And the feet.
Now, I call this an ult wall theory because I'm getting really deep into this, you know, her ultimate, okay? So I want you to imagine, remember those science, you know, experiments where the mice is kind of trapped a little bit? They're kind of sad in a way, right? This guy has the unlimited space to move around. Let's just say that there's a wall here, there's a wall here, all these walls, and this guy, his only way out is this angle, right? As Catalyst, you have the ability to close off all angles now. So let's say you close that off, and you box him in. This guy's boxed in. Remember, there's a wall here, wall here. This guy has no option but to fight you. Psychologically, this guy is panicking. If he can fight you, sure, like it's gonna be an even 1v1, but he's gonna be stressing out because he can't leave. So most of the time, when you box people in like that, it makes the fight that much more easier for you because people kind of get psyched out.
I'll give them a kiss.
Now, another thing that you could do is, like, you have two enemies, right? You can literally split up your 1v1s by splitting them up. Pop your ult. Isolate this guy. By the time you have him dead, you go here, bam. You're free to shoot this guy, and now you're good. So it helps to split up your 1v1s. Her wall is super, super nice for that, because you just pop in and out whenever you need.
I'm down. No window.
Now you think that's crazy, huh? Let me show you this one, okay? You can box people in, like I said, right? But you can also box yourself in. Whoa, hold on, Sonic, what are you talking about? See this? See
like the
this?
spot's energy.
We're gonna play Minecraft right now. Watch this.
Form me.
That's it. You have your little house right here. Pop in and out anytime you want. You're safe to 1v3 as well, like that. You see how strong that is? You just created, bam, if you really want to go extra, look at that. You've made yourself a house. And you can 1v3 as much as you want. 15 seconds. Let's say you need to dip. Bam, you're in a house. So you're good. So Catalyst is just so strong. It's insane. Like her ability to hold down angles and deny pushes and be in control of almost every single fight is just insane. I can't even explain it.
Enemy down. My teammate is not
Now for perk upgrades, at level 2 you have two different options. You have Sister Spikes, which increases the max number of active spikes by 1. So let's go ahead and select this. And then so you see how you still have 2 in the bottom left? Well, if you throw 1 down, right, and you start trapping up your building, you do whatever. See that? You throw another 1 down. You see how the little seconds in the bottom shows that it's going? It looks like normal pretty much, right? But no, just wait. You can actually have a third one. So you could trap this entire building because you have 3 doors, right? Now watch this. Trap this whole building down.
their defenses.
You have 3 now. You see how powerful that is? Obviously you can only, trap 2 down, but the fact that you have 3 different spikes means that this building is basically impenetrable. So when would you recommend using Sister Spikes, right? Well, for pubs, not really, because 2 is enough for pubs. For rank though, when you're trapping buildings down like larger buildings, I would recommend Sister Spikes 100%. Okay? Sister Spikes 100%. If you're playing ranked or if you're playing competitive, definitely go with Sister Spikes because you want to make sure you have as many angles covered before you get pushed. Now the other option at level 2 is Long Veil, which increases the ultimate length by 15 meters. Now remember what I said. I'm gonna go ahead and select that. We're already at 40 meters. That's already pretty wide. So now, what if we do this one? Let me show you exactly how much longer this is. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. It stopped over here like earlier. You're basically at the end of the map. So this is really good for wider rotations. If you're playing pubs, for example, and you need more distance to clear, this is a great option. You can't go wrong with either or, okay? So at level 2, both of these options are really, really great. Long Veil and Sister Spikes, you really can't go wrong. For ranked, Sister Spikes, like I said, is a great one. For pubs, Long Veil, you can't go wrong with that as well. Now level 3, Resilient Veil, increase ultimate lifetime by 5 seconds. So we're at 15 seconds, we go up to 20 seconds. That's all right. So if you just want a wall kind of game, these two are really great. You increase to 55 meters and you have 20 seconds instead of 15. Bam, you're good to go. You're good on your walls here, okay? But look at this one. They just added this not too long ago. Ferro Door, rebuild and reinforce missing doors. I have to show you guys this one. This one is insane. You break this door down, okay? You remember earlier where we had the little normal wall? Like we had this one where it takes 2 kicks, this little fake wall, and you could break it and then you could rebuild it and you could break it and enemies could continue, right? It takes 2 kicks to kick this down. But with her other ability, oh my gosh, let me show you this. The Ferro Door, rebuild and reinforce missing doors. You break this, right? And watch this. You get the doors back. So it takes 4 kicks. 4 kicks to kick this one down. Yeah, you basically respawn doors again. You're not even making ferrofluid. You're getting a whole new door again with that. So I mean, it is insane to think about how possible that is. And like, you see how you basically rebuilt that door? Watch this. You see how you have the doors again? Watch this. You reinforce that, and then you reinforce this, and you keep the doors, guys. You keep the doors. Even if you remove the ferrofluid, because you can only trap 2, remember? You still keep the doors. So this one is probably the strongest ability of Catalyst, and I would 100% always recommend going with this. So for an all-arounder, if you know, like if you're just playing pubs or if you're playing ranked and you really don't know what to go with, these two are the strongest ability. At level 2, Sister Spikes increase max number of spikes by 1, so you get 3. And level 3, Pharaoh Door, which rebuilt and reinforced missing doors. Like that, what are you playing, Minecraft again? Yeah, you're playing Minecraft. Okay, you're just crafting now doors in your back pocket. Okay, so from all controller legends, Catalyst, I would argue, is probably the strongest legend right now. Okay, because she has the ability to save teammates whenever she really needs to. Basically, you're getting chased, you can revive this teammate. You have your ult over here. You can ask your teammate to walk in. You go in here, bam, you start rezzing. You know, you literally can do it all with her.
Right here. Back down.
Broken enemy shield.
Come back, come back.
Back down. You're good. You're good. No. Close this building up. Close this building. Then res me in here. Yep, smart play. Yes, Sonic, very,
That was pretty good, huh? That wall.
You know, other legends, they can just throw one little trap down. You look at all this ability that she has. She can lock down buildings. I mean, Catalyst is just one of the strongest legends in the game right now. In literally a blink of an eye, Catalyst is able to basically make a house. Like, you close this down over here, you start trapping that one, you trap these stairs right here. You pop your ult if you really need to, if you're getting pushed actively. Now you have the potential to 1v3. You know, and people are walking into left and right. Like, there's a spike here, there's a wall here. I mean, people don't know what to do when you're fighting a Catalyst. You really don't know, because there's so many different angles that you don't know what you're walking into.
Pierce their hearts.
Charging them. Taking fire.
So that is going to conclude the Catalyst guide for this episode. I had so much fun actually making this one because I got really in depth with the theory behind everything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If there's any specific legends at all that you want to watch, please comment that down below. And if you enjoyed this one, please leave a like, share, and subscribe if you want to keep watching more videos in the future. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and please never ever forget to take care.